Match number 3 would see two firmly established Essex Rescue favourites going up against each other as Bruce Bravo, shut your mouth, would take on Big Effing Joe. Weapons absolutely littered the ring. I could not wait for this one. Now, Bravo would start with drop kick, suplex, and grab hold of some light tubes. He'd been waiting to use these. He'd then hit a poetry in motion off of a chair, but Joe would fire up, hitting some chops. He'd absolutely unload. He'd grab hold of some totes. He'd smash them over Bravo's head. He'd throw tacks at him, grab hold of some light tubes himself. He'd even suplex Bravo onto the broken shards before grabbing hold of his favoured coat hanger, obviously putting it into Bravo's mouth, as you always see. He'd then hit a scissor kick, which you see Bruce Bravo on the apron, and the action would move to the outside. Joe chopping into the fans. Bravo would get back inside. He'd dive through the ropes. He'd grab hold of some more light tubes. We'd see some more light tube shots. Then he'd hit a suicide dive. Joe, though, not one to be outdone, would unleash a double chop on Bravo. Fight more. The action again would move into the fans. We'd see some light tube shots to the chest. Bravo would actually hit a running chair shot at one point, and there would be blood aplenty from both these superstars. Honestly, so much going on. It's absolutely ridiculous. We'd see Big Joe drag Bravo through the tacks and then hit a running senton for a near fall. Bravo would line up some chops of his own. Joe would suplex him through a door, grab hold of the doors and just exchange shots with the doors. Honestly, absolutely ridiculous. Joe would hit a claymore at one point, sending Bravo through a door. Then we'd see Joe would set up the chair and the light tubes, hit some light tube shots. Bravo would hit the torture rack, powerbomb through the chair setup for a near fall. Joe would respond to this with two pile drivers for near falls of his own. And Bravo at this point would grab hold of light tube bundle, nasty vile shot. He'd grab a ladder, he'd climb to the top, he'd hit a double leg drop onto Joe through a chair. He'd then grab hold of a table. He'd put Joe on the table. He'd head up top. He'd take a swig of beer, but he would miss his elbow drop, and this mistake would enable Joe to hit a vile pile driver to pick up the pinfall victory. Oh my goodness. There are not enough superlatives to describe this match. It was carnage. It was chaos. It was pandemonium. It was absolutely epic. Bravo absolutely in his element in this match. I knew it was one he'd been looking forward to, and you saw the ecstasy in his face once he got the light tube in his hand. Put on such a gutsy performance. I've seen him do extreme matches. This one, death match, and he was in his absolute element, loving it. Fantastic showing from him, going up against, obviously, death match royalty, a death match legend in Big Effing Joe, and he pushed him right to the very limits. One mistake is all it took to cost him the match. Now, Big Effing Joe, what a fantastic performance by him. He put it all on the line for the fans. He bled for the cause. He absolutely delivered a brutal match. These two absolutely brutalized each other, and Big Effing Joe, absolutely did what he had to do to come away with the victory. But I bet he knew he'd been in a hard fought match. If you ever get a chance to see either of these two, whether it's in a normal match or in the idealistic death match settings, you need to check them out live for yourselves.